Another week has come, and we're all a day older. Hot week. It is a very hot week this week. Yesterday was, I believe, we topped out here in Keene at 94 or 95. Today we're headed for the 90s. Humid. It's like walking into a sauna outside. Let me get the credits rolling up here and let's go over here. We got no time to waste. Yeah. You know, yesterday I thought it was going to be a great day. Thought it was going to be a really great day. My car had to go into the shop for a recall item. Probably wondering why we're starting at this camera when usually I do that over at this camera, because this is cause for a rant. That's right. The recall on my van has to do with the sliding doors on the sides. Again, why we went to sliding doors, I don't know. Toyota ordered the parts. They called me last week. I made an appointment, dropped the car off Monday morning, have it done on Monday afternoon. So I went and picked it up yesterday. Apparently the recall that they did just involves wiring. The recall was for something in the wiring that overloaded and caused the side door to open on its own. Well, there's another issue, which apparently has been added on. Apparently there's been more than just my problem with this. Other people have had the same issue. And it has been, this item has been added on to the extended warranty program. It is the door latches. So that every now and then the door kind of comes unlatched. Doesn't open, it just comes unlatched in the back. Which causes the little warning light to beep, 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 beep. And drive you friggin' nuts. Now, if you're an automobile professional in the industry of selling and servicing automobiles, when someone calls about a recall item and you have to order parts, doesn't it make sense to look through and see what other issues have popped up and get those parts as well? No, apparently not. Again, why? Greed. Greed. Because it means another service call. So now they've ordered the door latches, and of course they'll be fixed for free because it's a warranty item. But it means another whole half a day of me having the hassle of taking my car down, dropping it off, letting them work on it, and then going back down and picking it up later. I ought to take these off. The eye is still real weird, but my nearsightedness in my good eye makes it hard to see what I need to see here in the studio, which is the camera and what's going on in the background. And every now and then I should look back at my volume my volume meters and see make sure I'm not blowing your eardrums out there. So the auto industry, again, it's basically designed to screw everybody. And again, planned obsolescence is what it is. To ensure that you have to buy a new car before you get the old one paid off. That's my goal with this car, is to get it paid off. Have the bank send me the title. I've never ever done that before in my life. I've either had junk cars that, you know, I pay for right up front, $500-600, and beat the crap out of for a year. This will be the first brand new car that I bought with 7 miles on it in 2012, and I'm going to pay it off this year. And it's a great feeling, you know, provided it just doesn't break down on the side of the road, blow up or something. But it's a Toyota, and it's only got 150,000 miles, so that's baby. You know, it's, you know, it's still a toddler as far as Toyotas are concerned. So that, you know, that provided 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes of rant right there. My dealing with the Toyota garage yesterday. So I'll have another appointment coming up to take my car down and get the door latches fixed, so I finally don't have to drive around with that god-awful beeping in my head. Just the voices that are already there. Because that's what that beep interrupts, the voices in my head. So if that wasn't enough to just thoroughly ruin your day, I get a call from the medical eye center over there in Manchester, who has been doing my eye surgery, and well, they did the retina surgery. They're going to do the cataract surgery. They called. She says, you have upcoming surgery for your cataracts. And I said, yes, I do. It's on August 15th. She says, well, I've got a number for you. The doctor's going to need this much. Pretty much his whole bill. And they're going to need it up front. Because you're a self-pay. They're going to need all that money up front. So, man, I almost went through the roof. Because I am so fed up with the healthcare system that I just want to crawl out into the woods and die. Say to hell with it all. Here's my main point. And I want to drive this home harder than any of the home runs the Red Sox have hit all season. Healthcare should not be a for-profit industry. That's it. Because in reality, what this system is an entire industry that is built and reaps major profits off of your misfortunes and your health, your life. I figured doctors and them people probably want their money up front. Just in case they kill you, they can still get their money. Here's what, if I was running healthcare, if things were reversed, here's the way I would have handled that phone call that I got yesterday. I would have called and said, Mr. Blood, you've got a surgery scheduled, which was caused by your last surgery, right? Get the retina thing, because of the gas bubble that they use in your eye to fix the retina, it causes cataracts. All right, so I went in to get my vision fixed. He half fixed it and then said, no, you're going to have to go see another doctor and get it fixed the rest of the way. So, again, greedy, greedy, piggy, piggy. So I would have handled it. Mr. Blood, you've got an operation for your cataracts coming up. Let's talk about a payment plan. It's a lot of money. We understand you're a self-pay, you don't have insurance. So chances are you're not a billionaire. Because if I was a billionaire, I'd have insurance. You know. And I wouldn't be going in for emergency retina surgery. I mean, I would have had emergency retina surgery the day after it happened, and I would have made him change my brown eyes blue. But I'm not. I'm only getting done what I very absolutely positively need. And to tell you the truth, when they called and said they needed money up front, I thought about canceling my surgery and just living with this cataract. Hell, I can still see out of one eye. What's the big deal? I'd be able to sell my cameras. Yeah. This is the way us poor people think. You know? Us people that are used to, you know, as soon as we get a little bit, you know, you think you're making progress. One or two things happens. Everybody wants their money up front. The only person that can't get their money up front is me. And you. Again, the absurdity of what we hold important is crazy. Completely crazy. Saw a news story this morning on Boston 25 that I watched in the morning. They were talking about the fact that elective surgeries, plastic surgery, the numbers in plastic surgery has increased because more and more people want their faces to look like their Instagram friggin' filters. So big fish lips and big wide eyes and goofy looking crap. And doctors are loving it. Sure, I'll carve up your face for $1,000. We're becoming the most narcissistic in our life. God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so stupid. There are more selfies taken every day than you can believe. Oh, gotta take a selfie, gotta take a selfie. Fish lips. You don't look hot. There you go. You think it's all hot and sexy and looks good, and it doesn't. It looks good in your own mind. Stop it, people. You want to take pictures of things that are around you, not you. None of us care that you can do 15 versions of fish lips. Doesn't matter. God. Take pictures of your kids, for God's sakes. Memories. You gotta look back at your 50 million selfies when you're 87 and go, oh, I remember when I had fish lips like that. I don't have them anymore. And this whole business about caring about who's famous and the whole who's got money crap, being famous just for being famous. That's what we care about, and it's the stupidest thing ever. Greed and power. It's all rolled into one. And, you know, something I thought about the other day, I was having a conversation with somebody about, you know, racism and bias and the difference between racism and bias and you know, wealth inequality and the whole thing. To me, wealth inequality is way worse than racism has ever been. Anybody who has an hourly job is pretty much a slave. Actually, any of us that have a job are basically a slave to the system. Yes, yes, everybody. And let's talk about privilege. It's not necessarily just white privilege. It's wealth privilege. That's what everything boils down to. We put it off on race because it's easy to see race. It's easy to see the difference between the white guy, the black guy, the Chinese guy. And I know I left a whole bunch out, but you know, there's a lot of different races. And just so you know, black is not a race. Black is a color. The race is called Negroid. Caucasian and Negroid. Those are the races. It's not white and black. Just so you know. I bet a lot of you didn't. Negroid is the actual race. Or that's the way I learned it. So, back to privilege. Every single person that runs for a big public office, I'm talking a federal public office, senator, governor, not governor, but probably governor is the same way, senator, president, all of those people have privilege. White ones have white privilege, black ones have black privilege. And here's how I know. Because it costs like $100,000. You have to have $100,000 before you can run for Senate. I think it's something like that. You have to have huge amounts of money, huge bankrolls to be able to run for a public office. The people that run for these offices come from privileged families for the most part. Yeah, every single member of government, every single politician is a product of a privileged life. They tell you anybody can run for president, but you can't. Not and have a fighting chance. I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where the only problem in the world is messed up people. It's shitty people. Disrespectful people. That's the problem in this world. It's not white people. It's not black people. It's not rich people, and it's not poor people. It's disrespectful people. People whose entire life is themselves. They don't give a crap about anybody around them. I'm going to use, it was funny, I was watching Cinemaniacs last night. Of course, I directed it yesterday afternoon. But I watched it last night, and Mark Nelson made a great point. He was talking about, he was at a movie, and he had some loudmouth person who talked through the whole movie in a theater. Get it together, people. You go to a movie not to talk. You go to a movie to watch a movie and listen to a movie. So do everybody around you a favor and shut the hell up when the movie starts. It's only the polite and respectful way to act. If you're a parent, teach your kids to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, to their elders. It's called respect, people. And if everybody had a basic semblance of respect for everybody around them, we would be in a better place. But it just doesn't happen. Because, you know, we've got to be better than everybody else. I don't know what the world's coming to, folks, but I don't think it's going to get any better before it gets worse. I really don't think it is. And I'm sad for future generations. I really am. Not because of the environment, but because of people. Now, one of the other news stories was that apparently microwaving in plastic is not good. Well, I mean, they probably couldn't have told us that 20 years ago when they told us that plastics were the way to go. Again, we're so arrogant, and we think that we know everything, and we don't know anything. We're humans. Our downfall will be our arrogance. Guaranteed. Our downfall on this planet will be our arrogance. California's banning straws. Banning plastic straws. Instead of saying, you know, plastic straws are all right, but you got to use them, reuse them, and reuse them. That's why they're made of plastic, so you can reuse them. If you've got paper straws, throw paper straws away. Plastic straws you reuse. We'll have a whole new industry now of stainless steel straws. There probably already is one. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, before I run down time, actually, let's go back over here, and we'll get ready to wrap this show up. And before I wrap up, I want to say a special thank you. That's right. See, I'm polite. I'm respectful. I want to say a special thank you to Mike and Debbie Danielli, who took me out last Thursday for lunch and bought me a wonderful little birthday cake. guys, I really appreciate it. I enjoyed the lunch at Fritz's Fries. It was the first time I'd ever been in there, and the food was fantastic. The atmosphere was nice, but better than all that, just spending time with you folks made my day. So I can't think of anything else. Like I said, I was, stone cold as to what I was going to talk about today, right up until yesterday afternoon when everything hit the fan. So, hey, I'll be back next week. I go for my surgery next Wednesday, so I'm going to knock out an episode on Tuesday before I go in for my cataract surgery. And I hope you tune in then. And until then, I'm Rick Blood. This is Unfiltered. Peace.